Another anniversary and another trip planned away. Join my wife and I as we head to southern New Brunswick for a long weekend hiking trip. And boy, do we hike. We average over 20,000 steps each day of this adventurous trip, exploring coastal trails and hidden gem waterfalls in the St. John to St. Stephen area. Come see what made this such a great trip and maybe plan your next maritime adventure here.
I don't know.
Year round.
Well, that's for like just to kind of fund it. And there's the welcoming gates barred. Welcome to our park. Please come enjoy it, but you're locked out. Saturday morning, we're a little sore from our more than a little sore from our hike yesterday, which was fairly aggressive after a morning of driving. We're gonna do some, no, they all say there's tickets. Do some trails here. So we're checking out the Ganong Nature Park, but there's very little signage as to actually where the trails go and what they're like, and nothing on how long they are, but we think it's all short. It's super confusing trying to figure it out, so it's a bit of an adventure trying to figure out where exactly to go. So they kind of look like we're just going to be wandering through a field, and we're not really that interested in doing that, but we're going to stumble around here and see what we can find. What? That helps us. A. The first letter is A. A is the first letter of the alphabet. Okay. Does it? Just today? That's why we should have a membership. I've got apple trees.
First thing on Saturday morning, we drove from St. George to St. Stephen to visit the Ganong Nature Park. The park is situated directly across from the state of Maine. We were a little disappointed with this stop. Although it was pretty, it wasn't really as hikey or as adventurous as what we were hoping for. Gravel roads and unmaintained grassy paths meandered through the mostly open field areas that produced different viewpoints in the small area. We looked around a bit, warmed up our sore muscles, but before long, we were heading back out on the road for our next stop.
Here?
Yep. Deer tracks. Maybe mermaid deers. They're very common in this part of the country. Mermaid deer.
Mermaid in the water deer.
I'm not sure how they made deer tracks with their hooves though, with their mermaid tail.
Mermaids
in
in
the front.
water.
Yeah, the
Deer
front
out of the water.
front legs would be.
It's like Little Mermaid. She's a human on land and a mermaid in the water.
Oh, it's like a shape changer.
Yeah.
I think maybe the front legs they still had paws, so it tried desperately to pull itself out of the water with its front paws.
It made it quite a ways, and the tail.
Well, maybe it dragged its tail along the water as it went sideways with its deer paws. Right, because mermaid deer is not ridiculous. What?
More of an explanation than your theory.
More of an explanation than my story, or my theory. I don't think so. My theory is right. Kimmy just saw the mer deer, and I see him too.
right through there. The murre deer, out of water and has transformed into its land. Oh, it's a big one. I wish you could see this. I'm going to try to sneak up on the murre deer. Deer. They use the comfort of the water to come on land to eat leaves. Sensing danger, moves off into the shelter of the trees until it can slip back into the water and regain its murre deer form with its long splashy tail. Cool. I'm foolish. Ready, Kimmy? Cham crook. Cham cook. Cham crook? Cook. Mountain Trail, Old Carriage Road, up to a mountain vista with picnic tables at the top. We're at the Rosemount Resort Hotel. Anyway, we're just going to use their parking lot. That's what it says to do online too. That means it's good, isn't it? I see it. Old Carriage Road to the top of the mountain. 27 kilometers long, uphill both ways. All kinds of murre deer. Murre deer. Buddy.
We drove back from St. Stephen to St. Andrews for our next hike, Cham Crook Mountain Trail. For over 2 centuries, people have been visiting this mountain to see the panoramic views at the top. The trail is an old carriage road that leads up the side of the mountain in switchbacks to just below the bald summit at 637 feet.
Well, this is a pretty cool find. This is a carriage house for the Rossport. There's the inn or whatever is down that you can stay at today, which is rebuilt. The original one burned. There's an interpretive plaque there we were just reading. This is a carriage house. It's pretty amazing. Built in the 1800s, Kimmy? I should get my date straight, shouldn't I? Built in can't read it. 1889. 1889 carriage house. Really cool. This is just on our trail up the mountain. So it's an old carriage road that we're following. The carriages went up to the mountain, apparently to a panoramic viewpoint, which we're going to see soon. Neat. Supposed to pour rain today, but only rain we had was just some showers this morning. What's this building? Maybe this is the carriage house. Maybe that was the rebuilt inn there. And what I was out at the road is different. Yeah. This looks like a carriage house. Don't know. No windows in that. Ooh. This way. It's a really cool rock wall. Just read a plaque that talked about it, that in the early 1900s, 1912, 1913, I believe the new owners of the property enlisted someone to build these rock walls to widen the trail to make it easier for horse and buggy to get up the carriage road. And anyway, it's really cool. It's probably 12 feet high right there, just to support the trail. According to the plaque, it continues along up the sides of the road. I could see a rock wall as we were walking earlier up through the trees, so I'm assuming that's what it is, to support the edge of the trail. So really, really neat. And Kimmy has left me. This is what happens when you're a YouTube star like me. You get left behind by others who just don't understand the passion. The passion. There she is, looking back at me as I do a monologue. Shh, don't tell her. She turns away very nonchalant, like nothing even happened. It's a big bald mountain, big bald rock. Very foggy today though. There'll be no views today other than the coolness of it all. Go. Wow, I wish we could see. Up in the clouds. Another plaque to read. Yeah, we're high. We keep the fog slash clouds keep kind of clearing off. We keep getting little glimpses. Man, neat. The rain has just begun. It's like a huge rock up here. There's all kinds of spots to explore, like off the sides too.
Hospital Island.
Listen to the rain in the leaves.
After descending Chamcook Mountain, we drove to the beach at Minister's Island. This unique island is a National Historic Site near St. Andrews, New Brunswick, and it is only accessible at low tide by driving over the gravel ocean floor. There are historic structures to visit on the island, but once you're over and the tide begins to come in and cover the sandbar, you're trapped there until low tide. I stood in the rain and watched a vehicle race the tide over to the island. They splashed through some water that had already risen over the roadway. Risky.
So we're trying to find a place called St. Paddy's Falls now. But I think there's so much stuff to do outside in this area that stuff's not even marked. So there's no trailhead marker or nothing. So Kimmy's following stuff on her phone on alltrailsiguess.com. So anyway, here's the start of a trail into a short trail into a waterfall. St. Paddy's Falls.
Also close to St. Andrews is the St. Paddy's Falls Trail. The trail cuts through deep moss and cedar forest, passing by some large boulders and traveling along the brook. The falls drop 6 meters or 18 feet over a jagged rock face. There's a small set of falls at the top which feed the main falls. So the rain had stopped and we were going to make the most of it, so off to St. Paddy's Falls we would go.
GoPro. And here's the trail marker that you can't see from the road. We found at the end of our trail. So there's actually a loop trail that we didn't know about. So we took the loop around to the top of the falls, down to the bottom, and then out where the trail marker is, right here. So if only we had gone a little farther, we would have seen this. Dugadesh or some other type of falls, which I have to look up, put in the video. And it's a big set of falls. The access road is private property and they don't want you in, so they got it blocked off with a great big iron gate, which is fine. Anyway, I'm gonna walk across this beach to go over see it. So I'm gonna head on over. Oh, it's muddy and mucky. I think, just like Minister's Island, with a high and low tide, I think I'm on the bottom of the ocean. So I think the tide's going to come in and fill this right up. This basin right up. I know from being at Minister's Island, if that's true, I got a few hours before I have to do any worrying about that, and I'm just going to have a quick peek right here, but oh, it's gooey. Hard walking, it's just like mud. You can see my boots. I should tell you a story about these boots. Maybe not right now. I'll save the real interesting pieces for another time. The boot story. Anyway, we're going to keep motoring along. I'm going to put this down so I can concentrate on my footing, because it is very soft and muddy.
Kimmy decided to sit this one out, so she waited for me in the car while I stomped my way over through the mud and back. The Dig de Gouache Falls access that she found on alltrails.com was private land now, with a house or a camp built close to the cliff where I took my shots from. It was a fun little rock scramble over. I was enjoying our good fortune with the weather. The rain had mostly held off, with only a few showers so far.
We're trying a trail called Mount Blair. There's like all these spots are marked on maps, but no trail markers or anything. We got a piece of ribbon tied around a tree to mark this one. So this is supposed to be 4.2 kilometers out and back or something. There's my trail marker, a piece of ribbon right there. Right, we'll give her a shot, see how she goes.
Despite being classified as an easy 4.2 kilometer out and back trail, Mount Blair proved to be a relatively challenging hike. Maybe we were just tired from the previous day's activities, or maybe the current day's activities. Maybe it was the rain showers that we'd already experienced, or the impending rain about to come. Whatever the reason, this hike proved to be a challenge.
This trail certainly isn't sparing you any. And it's basically straight uphill here. Not sure why they don't feed their mosquitoes in this part of the world, but appreciate it if they did. Okay, up the hill. Still up the hill.
Roll down the hill a little.
I'm more worried about coming down than I am going up.
561-foot Mount Blair is a poorly marked trail. It's difficult to find, and once on the trail, you're rarely sure that you're on the correct trail. We pieced together four-wheel trails and hiking trails to make it up the mountain, only to be greeted near the top with a long-lasting downpour.
The rain just opened up and it's just pouring here now. We're near the summit. Everything is cloudy and overcast. I doubt we're going to be able to see anything. And we're going to be drenched. And it was hard. There's a huge rock. We're going to carry on to the summit and we'll see what we can see from there. Right here. All that work. And that's what we can see. Trees 300 feet away.
But you can tell how high up we are.
Oh yeah, we're high. Look at the rain. Oh, you see water down there, look.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're really high. I wish we could see from here. It was a very, very steep climb. Oh man, this would be quite the view. Have to use our imagination, I guess. That's higher up there, but tree covered yet. And lots of fires by the looks of it where you're standing. Oh. The clouds are so thick and heavy. We're still kind of on the top of the mountain. I found a trail that continues on. Let's give me on our way back down now. I'm not going to record much going down because of how hard it's raining, how steep it is, and it's going to be slippery. My knee is sore, so I'll probably be concentrating. But yeah, the clouds are coming thick, rain heavy, and we're right in the clouds. It's cool. Like, it's all foggy and cloudy all around where we are. Anyway, back to the car, soaked. Well, we made her back down. It just poured rain the whole time. We made it. We actually made a pretty good time.
I think I didn't record it because it would have killed my battery, but yeah, I think we did.
We're
really
motoring.
quick.
We were drenched, so we need to keep moving to make sure we stayed warm. It's not real warm. 15 maybe? 17, but no wind in the trees, so. Anyway, we couldn't see much at the top, but it was still pretty fun. It was an adventure. Now we're heading back to the hotel, I think.
Yeah.
Hotel time?
Yeah.
Hotel time. Supper time. Maybe get dried out. We were wet.